if you're wondering why I wasn't here yesterday, it's because I was watching Alien Romulus with my dad. Very good film. If you like the Alien movies, you'll like it. It's a good film. It's a good film. Sorry, I'm debating about Pluto right now. Not debating, I'm agreeing about Pluto. And what blam? Oh, I wrote part. Why did I do that? Why the fuck did I do that? Hi, Glitch, how are you? Can I edit this right now? No, I can't. No, not in an iPad. I cannot. Oh. No. Well, I guess this is called part for all of you guys watching live. It will get renamed. I am embarrassed. That is fucking embarrassing. Oh my god. That's the first time I've ever done that. I am so embarrassed. This will be renamed. No, not part. Yeah, part's gonna get renamed at some point. I don't fucking want to hear about it. I can't believe I did that. Oh my god. Wait. Hold up a second. I have an idea. I wonder. Because when you have the internet on not iPad, please let me rename this. Please let me take my shame. Please leave part alone. No, part has to be renamed. Part has to be renamed. Oh god, this is so fucking embarrassing. Are you fucking kidding me? You're about to hear double audio maybe. Part. Please let me rename it. No, let me rename it. I'm live. I know. Please just let me rename it. Please. I am creator here. Let me rename it. No. Okay, wait. I have one more chance. I gotta go. I screenshotted it. No. No. Uh-oh, that's not good. I don't like that. Okay. Live. Yes. Ha. By the power vested in the internet. Ha. I can change it. I can change it using a laptop. Part is immortalized. No! Shh. Don't show my shame. Don't show my shame. Don't show the shame. No, not part. Part has been renamed. I am so embarrassed. Oh my god. I've never done that before. That's fucking embarrassing. Anyways, you have returned, have you? What is it you require? I require a practice right, please. Then come and train with us some more and help us to fulfill our sole remaining purpose. I will now bring it up in every stream I'm in forever. I'd rather you didn't, please. Fuck, that's embarrassing. Part will never die. Fuck. I can name this a.k.a. part. There we go. I can name it a.k.a. part. Okay, so we're doing Jody. We're gonna do Faye. And we'll do Sir Gilman. Yay, a.k.a. part. Yeah, I can name it a.k.a. part. you need part merch. I already don't have merch. You know, I would actually love to make merch, but I don't know any good retailers to make merch with, 1. And 2, I'm not great at, like, actually designing stuff, so... But if you guys have any ideas for merch you would like, please let me know. And I will make part merch. How about that? When you do, please include part. I will. No! Not about shit. Not about part merch. Just yeah. Just like it's a pin or something. Yeah, I can do that. Try and find like a free to use font that's similar to Pyre. There we go. And it is done. Mystic training. Trophy earned. Complete a practice rite in the Beyonder Crystal. How the fuck had I not gotten that achievement before? Huh. So how are you today? Embarrassed but good. How are you? You find yourself back in the Black Wagon following the practice rites. Time appears to have stood still while you were there. Oh. Oh, we got a book reveal. The Beyonders. In the words of Ha'ub the Swallow the Accursed, to call the Beyonders a triumvirate is to sustain the others' efforts. Yet I am beholden to describe them here. A pack of bandits, loosely organized under the Sisters of the Arch, they traveled all this way into my land to take the Horned One's life, to kill my friend, Myr. We thwarted them. We had them at our mercy. Mercy had become imperative to Myr. We spared their lives but banished them to darkness far beyond these lands. Now and forever, the Beyonders cling to the beholden duty to confront the true triumvirates whenever they so choose, so that whenever the true triumvirates clash, it shall be to their fullest extent. Huh. Cool. Anyways, let's continue on. Because we're going up. That's what I thought. And we're gonna get Jody out of here. And then we're gonna get Faye out, no matter if we unlock her backstory or not. Oh, shit. Ow! Your wagon reels from the impact of some sort of massive object slamming into it mid-flight. False Nightwings. Orlac calls down to all you from atop his wagon. Again, you seek to climb that cursed mountain beneath us. Again, you seek to take my rightful place. I should send you crashing down to it, that you might fall as I have. He stares down at all of you. But I shall not. Rather, we shall meet upon the summit, ere the last cycle of the rites is ended. Until then. Oh, that means fucking next time? Fuck. You sense Bertrude's gonna gain favor. Sense Faye shall gain favor. You make landing on the sacred Mount Aliadel after your encounter with Orlac. Orlac spoke the truth. He has a right to gain the summit. When the time comes, Celeste shall deem him worthy and shall let him pass. While he has transgressed against the rites, he has also already been anointed and prevailed. Nothing is written in the book on this, and liberty ought to already be his. For the time, it seems that he has not yet traveled to the summit. Perhaps he is still making preparations with his fellow exiles. When exactly Orlac intends to make good on his promise he did not make clear. For now, you are to confront Dalbert and fate upon the summit, but first you may prepare. Well, it's gonna be next time, considering there's not a whole lot left. Later that afternoon, you accompany Faye through the great heights of Temple High Road to the monument of Luce Glorian. Oh, scribes, I'm sorry, I cannot speak today. Oh, scribes, if it truly is your will that the cycle of the right shall soon be ended, then I look forward to its glorious conclusion. May the worthiest among us reap your generous blessings, and may we all who are so fortunate to be a part of your traditions bear you in our hearts forever. You return to the wagon after she has finished paying her respects. The summit awaits, but first there is time to continue practicing your vocations. Oh, she gained +2 presents. Excellent. Oh.
Huh?
Hi, Faye. Faye seems to be talking to the black wagon's walls again, though this time something seems to have come over her. Little brother, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? You are unsure whether to check in with her or leave her be. Faye is acting rather odd even for her. Wait and listen. Faye would not be here if she lacked the capacity to work through her problems. Get her attention. Your concern for her is such that you had best check in to make sure she is all right. We'll get her attention. Though Faye is clearly capable of surviving on her own, you do worry for her, and in this case make an attempt to reach out to her. Oh! Hi, reader. I don't think I saw you there just now, and so my little brother here and we were just talking for a little while. Well, I was the one doing the talking. Why, my little brother, he is just a wagon wall, so he cannot respond. He can't respond, but he can listen, and he listens really well. Please give us her backstory. Now, I'd like to go back to my conversation here with him, if you don't mind, and you're welcome to stay, though, if you like. It seems Faye is doing all right after all. Faye wishes to continue her conversation. Keep listening. She did invite you to stay. Perhaps you will learn something of her. Leave her be. Her conversation seems to you to be a private matter and not your concern. She said we can keep on listening. You decide to take Faye up on her invitation and keep listening to a conversation with the wagon wall. Her little brother, as she calls it. I'm just gonna... Cool. I'm like, need to double check that audio is going. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I remember. It's that they always said there was something wrong with me, but they wouldn't really tell me what. They said that I was moon-touched. But so what? Those deemed impaired by Commonwealth standards are very different in a negative sense. So, then, the scribes, they called me here. They are the ones who brought me here, not those people. They were so cruel. They always were so cruel. I didn't have a little brother at the time. No one that I recall, really. Although, so much of it back then, I can't tell how much of it I dreamt. Most of it, I didn't want it to be true. But I remember that they threw me out. They decided they would throw me out and let the scribes take care of me, they said. The scribes, they would take care of me. It was so very quiet here, and I was all alone, again. Although, I think I liked it more, being alone down here than being alone back there. Everybody's alone down here, and so it makes me feel less alone somehow. Back there, why, I would sometimes see families, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers. But here, there was hardly anyone at all. But I knew that I was closer to the scribes. I knew that they were in the sky, above, and I did search for them up there, you know? And then one night, I found them. I saw the stars and they were falling to the ground, and I thought, why? Is it the scribes themselves are crying? Are they sad? And maybe, are they sad for me? Well, that was when I first saw you, little brother. With your help, I would get closer to the scribes. That way, maybe they could answer all my questions, don't you think? But I'm so very glad I found you and the others. I'm finally not alone. I'm finally not alone. And more importantly, I think sometimes I even feel that way that I'm not alone. Maybe as we get closer, maybe I'll get to feel that way more often, being here or being anywhere with you and all my friends. She falls silent. Though you were concerned for her at first, you sense that now she is at peace. She wanders off, faintly smiling. You sense you have a better understanding of her now. Was that her backstory? Fuck me. Okay, so we can't let Faye go. Because she doesn't want to go back to the Commonwealth. She's like, I'm having fun here. Yeah, where's Faye? Okay, she is a Scorpus. She was born on the 19th of 11th moon, suggesting she is driven and fixated. Crime was vagrancy. She failed to meet basic cognitive standards and had no place or family in the Commonwealth. Holy shit. Alleged motive none. The record states she demonstrated a thorough lack of understanding of her wrongdoing. Years exiled 2. Faye has survived for 2 years in the downside thus far. It is a life sentence. She was a special child, left abandoned, and despite her seemingly simple nature, she possessed a strange affinity for the old ways. One day she was taken in by the authorities, and when she revealed her vexations about the scribe, she was deemed witless, and when no one claimed responsibility for her, she was cast into exile. In the downside, she has wandered aimlessly in search of more clues about the legendary heroes who so fascinate her. Okay. Faye's staying with us. I'm gonna take care of Faye. Faye's staying with us. If it turns out we don't, like, pseudo-adopt Faye like Jordariel has, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Because my thing was, like, we'll get Jordariel out and then we'll get Faye out. But Faye doesn't fucking care for the Commonwealth. They were mean to her in the Commonwealth. And she's like, I finally found people who understand me here. Faye, you're staying with me, bud. You and I, we're hanging out. Oh, I can only mentor these two. Well, I'll mentor Bertrude. Very well, then. Educate us if thou canst. You and Bertrude review what observations you have made thus far about the various triumvirates you have confronted on your journey. She has keen insights about some of them. A. Those who deem confront us, we shall give increasing reasons to be aware. Or to beware. I feel so bad for Faye. Faye didn't even do anything. She just was wandering around. She was just like, hi, I'm here, I'm Faye. That really fucking sucks. That Faye did nothing wrong and she was cast into exile. A messenger imp somehow tracks you down in the solemn beauty of Mount Aliodel and delivers to you recent news and rumors from the other side. Specifically, the imp shares details regarding Pamitha and what became of her since she was liberated at the fall of Solium. She found herself back in the homeland of her enemies, where, despite her connection to the Highwing remnants, her past transgressions were forgiven. In fact, she was asked to join the military council given her unique background, yet she refused to cooperate and instead demanded to be reunited with her sister, Tamitha. But when they threatened her with a resentencing to exile, okay, so you can be resentenced, and insisted that she take the opportunity, Pamitha said at last that she would think it over and return with a decision soon. Next she was seen, however, was among Bulford's sons and daughters of the Revolution, where it is said she has attached her loyalty, at least for the time. You thank the imp for bringing you this news, which soon gets your companions talking. I wonder where her sister is right now. I'm sure she cares for Pamitha. I'm sure of it. I hold to hope that both the Thane sisters one day soon shall join together as part of our good cause. The two of them can help lead us toward a brighter future. It seems to me the little bird is now more free than when she was here. Never once before had this night felt even a thing for our most bitter enemies, and yet, having known Pamitha proved eye-opening indeed for this night. We suspect the ancient enmity between the winged and the flightless shall not be soon resolved, if ever at all. In spite of some mixed feelings, the news of Pamitha's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with resolve. Your companions gained +1 hope for the next raid. Wish Pamitha luck. Good luck. You are returned once more to Scribe's Gate, where the gate guardian awaits under a dim sky. The exiles of the Nightwings, and you, Tariq. This is to be one of our final meetings. Greetings, Celeste. The Nightwings are prepared, and afterwards I would have words with you, in private, if you please. Seems to me rather late for words now, Tariq, but I shall hear them once your charges cross the gate. Now, all of you, come forth. Please state your... Hi, darling. How quickly I change. Now, all of you, come forth. Please state your names and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Once more, your companions cross the gate one after another, and once more, you follow them in turn. Aw, how are you doing? Celeste regards you all, then waves you through toward the summit. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. And Tariq. I, Celeste. You may rejoin the others in a while. For now, I would hear those words of yours. I'm good, yeah, how about you? I'm doing good. Certainly, Celeste. Everyone, I shall see you shortly. Bye. Okay, we don't have anything in the wagon. Oh, hey guys, it's got real cold again up here, but it's worth it. Let me tell you, customers been stopping by. Okay, I may have been exaggerating just a little since I have been waiting here a little while, I guess. But you were buying anything? Oh, poor guy. Holy shit. 4 quickness, 4 presence, 1 presence, 4 hope, 4 hope. I think we're more or less okay. I will take a +4 though if I can afford it. Voice acting wizard for real, thank you. It's that AP drama kid nerd coming out again. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Alright, so here's the plan. We are gonna get Jody out, although that's probably gonna be a dumbass decision. We're getting Jody out because I feel fucking awful. If you don't know why, last time we learned her backstory, where essentially what she would do is she fought on the bloodlines, and she would adopt the kids of her fallen soldiers, and then she stumbled upon a nest of high-wing remnants, and she was ordered to kill them, and she couldn't, so she was sentenced to exile. And guess what? You know how we thought, like, Hedwyn and Jody, like, they might have had a connection before? Hedwyn was one of the kids. Hedwyn was about 1 or 2 when Jordariel got cast into exile. But she took care of him for like 1 to 2 years. Depending on how old Hedwyn is. I'm assuming Hedwyn's somewhere in his like early 20s. And he was about like 15 to 17 when he went into exile. And Jordariel's been in exile for 16 years. So it's really fucking sad, and I almost cried, and I felt really bad for not getting her out sooner, so we're gonna get her out now. Although she's our tank, and that will probably would be better having her here, but we're getting her out. The time has come again to deliver one of your fellow exiles to a homecoming in the Commonwealth, lest your adversaries, the Fate, achieve the same instead. The lone minstrel has returned and approaches as you await the signal from the stars. There is something that I wish to ask you, reader. Something which, ordinarily, would not be my place to discuss in any detail. You have observed the stars. If you would not mind my asking you in such a direct manner, how many liberation rites are you supposing yet remain? Have you deduced how many liberation rites are still to come Is this the very last? Perhaps the lone minstrel's asking a leading question to break the news that this is to be your final stand. 2 remain, including this one now. The rate at which the stars are vanishing and the cycle is hastening leads you to only one conclusion. You have not spared any thought. The stars and future liberation rites be damned. What matters is what happens here and now. Because I looked it up. I know there's 7. This is Liberation Rite 6. You tell him the only logical deduction which you have been able to make based on all of your readings of the stars of late, that there shall be one final liberation rite after tonight. Also, that makes sense, considering Orlak was like, hey, I'm gonna face you in the last rite, you and me, buddy. But when you read after, it's like, you're not facing him this time. So that also, you do math. I concur with your evaluation, reader. I wish to make certain that you were aware, so that you and the Nightwings may yet make the most of your remaining time together thus. As to what shall happen once the final liberation rite is ended, we soon shall both find out. But lo, seems that we are called upon once more. Look forth. So we're getting Jody out, and then we'll get Gilman out as our last one. Cause, yo, I'm back. Hey, Glitch. Cause, Faye didn't really have a good time in the Commonwealth, so I don't feel bad having her stay back. I was gonna send her, but I'm like, no, Faye didn't have a good time, so she's like, I finally found a family here, and I found friends and people who understand me, so we're keeping Faye, so Gilman can go. But Jody's getting out for sure. Glitch! Not again! Oh my god, you motherfuckers! You fuckers did the exact same thing to me at Baldur's Gate 3 last time! You
Reader,
fucks!
I would ask that you think back for just a moment, if you please.
I fucking hate my
When
audience.
you first looked upon the Book of Rites, think back upon the words that it revealed.
Y'all are trying to fucking embarrass me in front of my girlfriend. How fucking dare you? Like, thank you for accepting her, but like, this is like when one parent does bad, so you go to the other one and immediately tattletale on them. You fuckers. You fuckers. So, no, I can do it, Glitch. So, babe, you know how smart I am? I so smart, right? Well, I accidentally named this stream Porcelain Streams Part. I accidentally named it Part. And when we're done streaming today, for those of you who don't know, I typically add an a.k.a. after the end of the stream, so that way I know like what the important thing is that people need to know. So this one's being named a.k.a. the fifth set free, I think, if I'm counting correctly, and part. Fucking, I can't believe you guys. You did this exact same fucking bullshit to me in Baldur's Gate 3 with Ash. How fucking dare you? It's been a long day. I'll let you off. Thank you. Or like yeah, it was with Ash, wasn't it? I remember it was some fucking bullshit that y'all immediately were like, I gotta go tell mom. Mom, dad did something bad. I gotta go tell mom. Ugh. How fucking embarrassing. Anyways.
Oblige the voice that tells you more. Oblige the voice that tells you more. Would that the
that's what it was.
scribes were here among us still. I would not sing your praises to them, rest assured. I trust that you shall savor this occasion.
I will.
You
We're getting Jody out.
to oblige me for much longer.
It was in Hades stream as well. Had to go back. Fuck yeah, that's true. This is the third time chat has done this to me. They love to embarrass me. Now we may get a part pin. True. If ever I make merch, I have to make a part pin. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the fate, come forth now, and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. The bent old cur Delbert steps forward and struggles for a moment with his mask. Greetings, good heralds. I am called Delbert Oldheart. It is the greatest honor of my years to stand upon the sacred site upon which the 8 scribes first anointed these glorious proceedings. Nightwings, we are honored to be in your presence once more. Father, they are our adversaries, not our hosts. We need not be so gentle with them. They shall do their utmost to keep you from your freedom. Delbert, your son speaks out of turn. Control him. My sincerest apologies for his unnecessary outburst. Almer, please. We have worked toward this opportunity, and we must make the most of it. He puts his mask back on. My son and I stand ready to begin. Nightwings, your choice. In whose name shall you conduct this liberation rite? I wish you the wisdom of the scribes in making your choice, reader. Gotta love part, Jesus. And I wish you to come prepare our song with me, Tariq. Jody, we're getting you the fuck out. Jody's getting out.
Jodariel.
If that is your wish. It is, Jody.
Who shall be at her side?
Faye? Me? Of course, I'll do my best. This is important. And Gilman.
Sir Gilman.
By this knight's honor, he shall fight with all his might. Thanks, Gilman.
Very well.
We give thanks to have this opportunity to face you, O Nightwings. Now, let us strive to our fullest capability, with honor and with grace. Save your strength for the right, Father, and for the voyage home. Let this be our final battle against them.
Commence.
Oh, shit. You can design it. That would be... Fuck. That would be lovely, darling. Oh, come on. Gilman! What? Why can't Gilman do it? What? What happened there? There we go. Why couldn't Gilman get it? That was so weird. Oh shit. Get in, go. Weird. Weird that Gilman couldn't get the first one, but alright. You can do this, Almer. I believe in you, and so do the scribes. Faye. Wait, what? What is this? What are you talking about? This is the liberation rite. What are you doing? Faye pulls out her mask. I think you are my friend, Almer. And so I am hoping for the best for you and for your father. He believes in you, and so do I. Oh, Faye. But we have to do our very best as well, and I know we cannot all prevail. Only the Fate or the Nightwings, but not both. Not both. Almer looks on in stunned silence. The outburst seems to have disarmed everyone. I love you, Faye. Faye, honestly? Faye just wants a friend. We all have to do our very best. And then the scribes, they're going to watch over us and make everything okay. You'll see, Almer, you'll see. She puts her mask back on as the liberation rite continues. Whether her words flustered your adversaries or emboldened them, you cannot tell. Huh, interesting. Hear us now, O noble Ymir, for we beseech you. Surely we cannot prevail without your aid. If ever you have heard our prayers, I beg of you, please smile upon us now. Whether from his prayers to the scribes or simply from Dalbert's resolve, something comes over your fellow exiles here. They are banished now. They shall not soon return. Fuck. That's not good.
The Fate. They claim to honor this tradition, and yet their claims seldom ring true. Absolution!
Oh, holy shit. They take a long time to return.
Yes.
Fuck.
Dalbert threw it in. Both banished. An opportunity.
Shit.
How
Fuck.
fortuitous.
Come on. You can easily overshoot it with Sir Gilman.
Now end the ceremony. Oh, you poor Nightwings.
Fuck. It's okay.
Alas.
Shit. They gain +6 though. That's not good.
Didn't see it coming. Well,
Fuck.
I dare say.
What happened? We were doing so well.
Dalbert dispatched with ease.
Babe, listen. I am trying.
Trickery.
Oh, fuck.
Disaster.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Your adversary's pyre now burns brighter than your own. And there
There we go.
it is, at last.
We're good. We're good. Jody got it.
Blasted Nightwings proved their worth.
You'll get him, don't
Of
panic.
their
Thanks, babe.
adversaries, the same cannot be said.
And Jody goes home. I hope she
Thus
finds Hedwyn.
ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free. Absolved
I'm
of
gonna
all
cry.
misdeeds. Return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Draw some feeling.
Alas, my son. Once more it seems that I've failed you. Father, wait. What good is freedom to us anyway, if we would be apart? Aww. After all this time. She turns her gaze towards the rest of you. I never thought this day would come. I have all of you to thank for this, for doing this for me. The life that I recall back in the Commonwealth was at times difficult, and I am much older now. I know not what I shall find on my return. However, I know this. That place still is like the Commonwealth that I left so long ago. Then, I shall strive to make it better, for as long as I retain my strength and breath. You see her smile faintly as she disappears into the shimmer pool, though you can still hear her voice, though faintly now. Farewell, then, reader. All of you. For now. Jordariel earned back her freedom. Jordariel is set to return to the Commonwealth and leave the downside forever. May she return in glory.
Godspeed.
I'm sad all around. Yeah. See you later, Captain.
The cycle of the rites is nearly at an end.
See, original plan was going to be Faye. Faye was the original plan. However, we have learned Faye doesn't really want to go back. So I'm not going to have her go back. If she wants to stay here, she can stay here. We can hang out for the rest of eternity. It's fine. Father, wait! Calm yourself, my son. The liberation rite has ended. But, no! How can you be so calm, even now, after what happened? Did you strive this night with all your heart, Almer? Yes! But it was not enough! It was not enough! No, my son. It was enough. It was more than enough. Father? Aw, fuck. I feel bad. Uh-oh. We'll have to do a run where, like, we just let everyone else go free. And we all stay here. You prevailed in the liberation rite against the fate. Already does the Black Wagon feel quieter than usual without Jordariel, who returned to the Commonwealth. You overhear some of your companions reflecting on this. Faye's gonna be fucking sad. I think I learned so much from her, didn't I? Surely the good Jordariel would rather that we celebrate than grieve. You wonder who, if anyone, among you shall be the next to go. The last light of the stars still shine for us above. At this point, what is to become of our plan? 80%. Guys, I think the plan's gonna go off. Needn't be the subject of our speculation. I trust that we'll learn the outcome soon enough. Our actions to this point shall pave the way. Perhaps our faith as well. So, let's for now focus on this. We stand upon the brink of the last turn of the cycle of the rites. Soon, we'll have a final chance to get one of you home. Now, reader, up for a little stargazing? Let's see where in the downside we shall be returning for these final rites. You turn back toward the darkness to look upon the last few stars too stubborn to relinquish their light. Holy shit, it looks apocalyptic. The scribe stars yet burn for you atop the sacred mountain. Determine where they lead. Ha'ub, Gol, Ymir. Okay. I cannot stop thinking about what should happen if we fail, less so to those of us who remain trapped here, but rather to those who return to the Commonwealth. Oh, what happened to the fate? What? Oh, I'm guessing because... there's no way for them to get back. That's the reason why they're scratched out? Or did they just... Did they just decide, fucking, see ya, we're not doing this anymore? Huh. Anyways, the dissidents, I guess, are the ones that are up next. Or would be if it wasn't going to be for Orlak. Ha'ub, Gol, Ymir. Which one of these? I guess you. I guess, your storyline is the one left we haven't done. Once more, you are to face the chastity, then. Although, I wonder. He hesitates before saying anything further. You cannot sense his thoughts. I apologize. I was lost in thought there for a moment. Let us make way for the Karen of Ha'ub when everyone is feeling more refreshed, as much as possible. Who's it gonna be? It's you. Following Jordariel's liberation, the lone minstrel has returned to the wagon and stands as though nothing has happened here this night. He tilts his head a bit as you approach. Once more, the Nightwings have prevailed in the liberation rite under your mindfulness, reader. A commendable achievement. Surely Jordariel shall live out her days in gratitude to you and your companions. Perhaps she may now seek Hedwyn there, in your commonwealth. I should think Hedwyn would have liked to witness what took place this night. I trust that, together, they shall make a formidable difference to the plan which all of you endeavor to achieve. Now, for the time, Celeste and I are to return to our respective stations. We all await the next turn of the cycle of the rites. May you prevail once more when next we traverse Scribe's Gate. Until then, reader, rest well under the stars. He nods and leaves you to recover after a long night. Aww. Come on, let's get these mushrooms. Thank you. Solace Shell, the sparkling thing in its center is in fact... Oh, it's the fucking heart that sometimes appears. Ah, cool. Anyway, book right time. On Legacy, in the words of Trieste Tithys the Blessedborn. Reader, the... What, babe? I just got a darlin'. What? Reader, though you shall always bear a burden, it is much lighter than the burden of a lonesome exile. Go forth and become free, then join with others such as you, and leave... Oh, you love me? Oh, thank you. My partner loves me, it is a good time. Okay. Go forth and become free, then join with others such as you and lead with mercy, continuing to demonstrate your worth, and knowing that the Empire's fall formed the foundation of our Commonwealth. You shall cease to be a reader and become a voice both to the free and to your successors here, who shall take up this book when you no longer need it. The cycle of the right shall see to it that you and others like you shall be liberated ere the coming of another age. May the stars shine ever brightly on us all. Wait a fucking minute! Fulfred, you motherfucking fuck! Wait, he might have not been here. No, that means we're not staying with Faye! Shit, we gotta get Faye out. Change of plans, we're getting Faye out. So this is essentially say, okay, so if I am correct here, this is part of the natural life cycle of the downside, where the stars fall every time a new voice needs to be selected. So the reader has a chance to go up, and the reader becomes the voice. Faye, oh, I'm sad, but I feel this is like Spiritfarer. Fun fact, I've played some of Spiritfarer. It was a series we got like through 19 parts of. It's a game that's going back on the list because I really want to finish it. I really want to get back in and finish it. And Spiritfarer made me cry so much. And like the first one, Grace, I think her name was Grace. Grace fucking killed me. I cried so bad. But okay. So when the cycle of the rites end is when a new voice needs to be selected. It's sad I haven't finished it, but ooh, it hurts. Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard game, definitely. I need to get back into it. Alright, let's go. Wait, does that mean, though, that... Okay, if we can select one of them, it's gonna be Faye. If we cannot select, I'm gonna be sad. It is daybreak. You are to set forth now for the Karen of Ha'ub for what appears to be the final time. Thereafter, you shall return here for one last exile's final chance at liberty. I have a feeling, though, that it's gonna be us. Although I want Faye to go free. If that means that Faye won't... See, I don't know if people are gonna leave or not, though. Well, I don't know Volfred's plan. I know Bertrude's just gonna go back home. But I don't know if anyone's gonna be there for Faye. Your flight takes you near to where you breach past Stormwall, into Deathless Tempest. With the climate and the downside intensifying, you wonder if the storm has spilled forth from its confines and started to ravage other regions of the land. I don't know if we should let Faye go. I guess we'll see. Once we get more information, we'll see if it's even a choice. I have a feeling we might not get a choice. And it might be us who gets it. Volfred believes this should be an expedient path. I don't fucking care about that. Bertrude suspects you may find something of value. Yeah, let's go here. Okay, and we're not needed. Search for valuables. You and Bertrude spend much of the rest of the day searching through the desolate sprawl of lick sand, until at last you find something of value. So it would seem, at least, as neither you nor Bertrude can tell exactly what it is, for the object lies beyond your grasp. You consider methods to retrieve it. Work with Bertrude to retrieve the object you found. Go for it. Might take make time to retrieve the item. In doing so, you will give up time you could be spending on vocations such as studying or mentoring. You're suspect that remaining time this day might be better spent pursuing your vocations. We'll be fine. Go for it. After toiling away together for some time, at last you find the object that you sought within your grasp. You and Bertrude take a moment to examine it. You found raptor fungus. Something you forged in the Ymir Valley. Cool. Something for your trouble. Return to the wagon. Who is it? It's Bertrude. You notice Bertrude studying the Beyonder crystal. She sets it down as you approach. The mouthy wraith rebuketh our attempt to summon her. She insisteth that we are too young to understand. Ugh. She must be referring to Sandra. Seems that Bertrude may be able to invoke her. Stubborn, that one. Possessing of an ancient understanding. Olden ways and olden times. Many centuries of history, knowledge of the 8 scribes themselves, held captive there, within that green-tinged stone, within that wraith's own memories. Would that we could extract them in some way. Perhaps thou could induce the wraith's obedience, reading one. For she heedeth not. She claimeth obligations unto only thee. Although, She stops and thinks very carefully. The Beyonder crystal is not to be tampered with. Your fellow exiles know that its use is at your sole discretion. She backs away from you, still thinking to herself. Ignorest thee our inquiries about this, reading one. Our reasonings has taken us elsewhere. Her refusal to cooperate is like to be an ancient warning of some sort. 'Tis possible that the others of the southern bogs know something of her, but we shall not be tampering further with such sorceries ourselves. That the wraith refuseth to cooperate suggesteth her predicament is suitably deserved. She heads out in a huff, but just as the air grows still and quiet, you sense something from the Beyonder crystal. Mouthy wraith, she says. Can you believe it, reader? Ah, to be so young and foolish again. Sandra the Unseeing laughs to herself. Your proximity to the Beyonder crystal must have been sufficient to invoke her in this case. That crone of yours is far too curious, I think. But it appears that even she has learned her lesson in this case. Thank the stars, I am beholden to no more than one among you Nightwings at a time. And thank the stars, that happens to be you, rather than her. And if that crone attempts to lay her fingers on my Beyonder crystal again, I shall just have to torment her dreams till she's my age. Do feel free to mention that, if it comes up. Now, farewell. You know where to find me, lovely reader. She vanishes. It seems that Sandra proved resistant to Bertrude's tampering. If so much history is trapped within the Beyonder crystal, there it shall remain for the foreseeable future. Fucking, let's talk. You have returned to me, have you? Yeah, what's on your mind? I thought I told you to begone. She's pushing you away as she did before. Perhaps I ought to cease my services to you, if you insist on disrespecting my wishes thus. Would that sound good to you, O reader? Imagine not having access to the loathsome trinkets which I grant to you. Imagine those idiots of yours having to get by without my tutelage. I can imagine it just fine myself. I was once a weapon used to kill an emperor. Attempt to kill him anyway. Now I am, once again, a tool being exploited, soon to be discarded. Go on, then. Leave me be. Go about your business, and let us pretend we do not know full well how this shall end between us. Alright, bye. Take care of yourself, reader. I got fucking schooled. Okay. Let's continue our journey. Let's go do this right. Oh, I might have time to complete the final rite today. We'll see. It depends on how much people talk. Hey, you guys! Where's your friend? You know, the big one with the horns, like frowning, stuff like that. Something happening there or what? Heard a crazy story. She just flew on out of here or something. Anyways. Plus 10? Oh, shit, we can't afford it. Wait, maybe we can. Who needs it? 20, 20, 12, 20. Oh. I can do this. Oh, okay, so it just plus 8s it. Cool, and then everything else is 20. Dope. You guys have a good day out there. Oh, the slug markets got revealed finally. What the fuck? That took forever. Slug markets, in the word of Yomir Manymane, the Alpha Chief. There are natives in this land, with some capacity for thought, an oddly keen instinct for the market. It's time we make exchange with them. They lust for coins, for the imperial soul, though why, they do not say. We speculate it is a delicacy. It serves us little purpose here, whilst their slug market wares are sometimes valuable. The creatures appear drawn to places where the heavens shine the brightest, perhaps because they know we are as well. What they want, exactly, is unclear. We taught them of our lands, yet they remain preoccupied with simpler things. Huh. I wonder how many pages there are written. Huh. Everything is prepared, and night is just beginning to take hold above the stark badlands of Cairn of Ha'ab when Volfred gets your attention. It's Halub, I'm sorry. Reader, I suppose you might remember our first meeting with the manly Tinderstaff. He would be mortified, of course, if you forgot. I would say that he is an embarrassment to my kind, but unfortunately, I've known many others like him. We are discontent people, I suppose. Anyway, when last we saw him, you might recall that I avoided him. We are not good acquaintances or anything, but he knows enough people in high places that he could be harmful to our plan, which is at 80% now, should he know of my involvement. And so, Volfred dons his ritual mask. I shall have to be discreet here. As I am with the Nightwings once again, I can no longer hide from him outright. Perhaps, though, he shall take me for a common sap. Anyhow, it seems to me we have a right to conduct. You think you're fucking going on the field, you fucking idiot? You crazy. You're crazy. Not me calling Volfred an idiot anytime I can. Jesus Christ.
Reader, the Commonwealth, your home.
I'm gonna take your job.
Today it is aflame.
I'm gonna take your job.
Much like a stack of books.
Hey, dude.
Aflame because of you.
I'm gonna steal your job.
Because of your
by the hate on the field.
outlandish plan. Not that you care.
You know, why not?
Not that you shall live to see this place again.
Listen, I'm gonna take your
attempts
job.
at revolution shan't succeed.
I'm gonna take your
Though by all
job.
means, keep trying.
Listen, I'm gonna
As
take
for
your job.
myself, I shall enjoy presiding over these remaining rites.
Actually, because this right doesn't matter, we'll use Volfred. My, what have we here? Why, the Nightwings! Come to grace us with their presence once again? You think that you can simply cut us down like last time, is that it? You sense Volfred reaching out to you. Reader, let us indulge him for the time. Perhaps he shall reveal something we can use to provide as distinctive for his meddling. Just let him keep on talking. I shall attempt to remain hidden. And my, the colors of those raiments, I mean, they are rather gaudy in this light, I have to say. Though I mean no offense at this, of course. So, do you suppose the rite is going to commence soon? As much as I enjoy our chats like this, I do have to get going soon. If you must know why, I'm expecting an important message. From the other side, no less, come dawn. I hear something is brewing out there, some sort of unrest, So, yes, it is a very important message, sent all this way by one of those imp couriers, and I must say, those little things, their services are certainly not cheap. Oh, I hate Manly. Oh, me too. Though, I'm sure that I could get you a good deal on their services if you wish, perhaps, to contact a loved one back home. All I ask, of course, is that you stand aside and let the chastity prevail, as well we ought. For I have a date with Destiny not long from now, upon the fall of Solium. You can definitely tell that this was supposed to happen prior to their right, like their final liberation, right? That this conversation was supposed to happen long ago. He continues talking for some time, until at last the rite is set to start. His voice kind of fucking sucks. I don't like it. Oh, god damn! Oh, my, look at this wonderful assembly of exiles come from all different corners, Such a cavalier retinue you Nightwings have. You know, I heard the most preposterous rumor about you, that you were harboring an especially notorious criminal, one who has designs upon the Commonwealth itself. He looks right at Volfred. But I could not imagine such outlandish tales could possibly be true. Anyhow, I so would like to meet everyone here. Hello, good Nightwings. I am H. Manly Tinderstaff, and truly it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Manly has intruded on your privacy as you set to choosing your triumvirate. He cannot be less welcome. He seems to be searching for someone in your ranks. Manly seems to be very interested in your triumvirate. Ask him to leave politely. Manly seems to respond to behavior similar to his own. You could send him away. Warn him back off immediately. Perhaps a broken limb or two might cause Manly to think better of such antics next time. Hey, fucker. You warn Manly to back off immediately, or there will be consequences he will not appreciate at all. He stares back, but you see something in his eyes. Why, I never! How dare you speak to me that way, you lowly, crippled, ragged little curl? I have many friends who can make your miserable life so very, very worse. Oh, but this is so uncivilized, I have to say, so very disappointing. Anyway, I ought to go check on my wonderful colleagues. See you shortly, and good luck. Manly leaves, at last, leaving you to focus on the right again.
Go on, then.
We'll do you.
Bertrude. Exactly.
And we'll do you.
Faye.
Karastia?
Fine.
Manly. He reminds me of the kinds of people who were unkind to me. Back home, I mean, not here. Are you quite ready yet, oh Nightwings? I doubt you are. Because my colleagues of the Chastity and I, we have a trick or two we think shall take you by surprise. Just watch. I am so tired of that man.
Begin.
Oh shit.
Well cast.
Oh, come on.
Oh. All banished. Already does your
Good job.
adversary's flame
Good
begin
job,
to
Faye.
flicker. Ouch. Good.
Oh shit.
Quite foul for the Nightwings.
Yeah, that was bad. That was without
The
passing the
orbs
orb.
engulfed.
Okay, that's probably not gonna happen, but that's alright. Balfred Sandalwood? Why, is that really you, my dear friend? You must be mistaking me for someone else, Manly. Whatever do you mean? I'd recognize that upright posture of yours from anywhere. I knew it had to be you. Oh, what a glorious surprise indeed! Oh, it's me all right. But you're no friend of mine, Manly. No more than I am yours. So cut your nonsense for a change and face me like a proper sap. Oh, to have such spark left in those old limbs of yours. Well, if you want me to be rude, then fine. Let's have it your way, sir. I fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. There we go. Good job, Faye.
Your pyre burns brighter for the while.
Well, he revealed his identity pretty easily. Yeah, that he did.
Banishment.
Oh, fuck. That's not good. Uh-oh.
Banished all of them.
Blessed be.
There we go.
Your victory's at hand. A deadly thwarted drive.
Shit.
Beneath
Not good.
contempt.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Your
Damn it.
flames grow weak.
That's okay.
Both banished.
Oh, shit. Shit. I went way too far there.
All of the chastity gone.
Oh, come on! That was bullshit! That was absolute bullshit.
A rude predicament for the chastity.
Come on. Okay, so we have to fling it. That was so bullshit.
Unfortunate.
That was
for
on
the
it. Yeah, I know.
chastity.
Yeah, it's because of the fucking sprout.
Banishment for all. Not much force of will behind that thrust.
Shut up!
'Twas dangerously close. The chastity banished to the last.
Sarictus.
Say banished.
Come on. Come on. Oh! That was bullshit. Oh,
so
yeah.
close.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fling it. Fuck.
Shame.
I hate... Ugh. That's such bullshit.
Too bad for that one.
You catching it is bullshit, dude.
The orb.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Fine. How very sad for the chastity.
There we go.
And it is done.
I'm like trying to sneak in
The
there.
Nightwings managed to prevail. Them.
That should not be allowed.
The right is ended.
My word! How could this happen to me? You deceitful, ignorant, utterly uncouth pack of fools! Have you any idea what you've done? Valfred watches the outburst in silence. Keep spouting off like that, Manly, and you shall soon reveal all we need to know. You harbor such a fear within your heart there, don't you? Coming from the aristocracy and now in exile, how they must speak of you. What would they think of you if you don't get out? Or even if you do? Belford remains deep in thought, studying his adversary. There, I see now. Then Belford recedes into shadows. What? My head? Who? Oh, I believe there must be some mistake. I have to go. Ta-ta. Fine evening to you now. It's been a pleasure, genuinely so. Manly stumbles away in a stupor. And there he goes. I've lifted certain burdens from him for the time. A bit of mercy for his sake, for my people's sake. As well, it should ensure that he has no lasting memory of our encounter here, or running into me. Now, let's be off, before he catches up with us again.
Boundless are the
Fucking weird.
teachings of the scribes. What is it you recall there, Wilfred, my old friend?
The rites demand we act as one mind, in perfect unison and harmony, and free of any doubt. I have grown more accustomed to being a part of the Nightwings of today. While using shield ability, Valfred shields allies. Valfred permanently gains 5 hope, hastening how quickly he can return from banishment. If Valfred's banished a sapling, the shell automatically spawn near his pyre. Yeah, let's do that.
Begone now from my sight.
We'll see if we can do the final rite today. We'll do one attempt at it, depending on how long this takes. No one speaks further of the chastity back of the Black Wagon. Everyone is instead preoccupied with the rite that is to come. Is it true, then? This is going to be our last chance to go home. The stars always shine with truth. The ending of the cycle of the rite is now upon us. He looks over to you. Please, look forth, reader, and see this for yourself. You may well surmise where we are going next. The others turn to you as well. You turn toward the wagon's door. You know what you shall see out there. Now, however, the time has come to face it. Oh no. My darling has crashed. Sorry. I send goodnight messages. So, that's what I'm sending now. The dim and fading light of the final star still pierces through the darkness, demanding your attention, guiding you toward the endpoint of your path. You see plain the golden star of Solium. Look upon it for the last. Here we go. Last right. Let's see. Our plan's at 83%. The last remaining star shall soon be gone. We have this one last chance to get one of us out. May the scribes be merciful to us all. Here's the boss fight. You are summoned to the fall of Solium for your 7th and final liberation rite. Thus shall the cycle of the rites be ended for an age. You sense that, if the rites ever shall commence again, it shall not be during your lifetime, or that of any of your companions, even the longest-lived ones. The stars reveal to you one thing more. The adversary who you face shall be Orlak. Already he has crossed Scribe's Gate and awaits your arrival. If the 8 scribes created the Nightwings in their own likeness, perhaps it is only fitting that the Nightwings should, in the end, be forced to face themselves. It is a shame that we should have to confront Orlak in the end. Our goal should never have been at cross purposes. I am surprised that this is what the scribes desire. For now, it may be the best that you recover until dawn. Regain your strength as best you can for the coming trial. Rest well, reader. The group disperses as exhaustion sets in. At dawn, you fly to Mount Eliadel to make a final effort to achieve your plan and get somebody home. But who? I don't know. Let's see. Plan still at 83? Yeah. Oh, surprisingly, we don't have to talk to anyone. I want to get Faye out if we can.
Foolish reader.
What?
Your so-called friends.
Yeah?
You are accomplice to their hateful plot.
Listen.
They are exploiting you.
Who gives a fuck?
You shall never have your freedom.
Hey. I'm gonna take your job. I'm gonna take your fucking job, man! By dawn, you are already up and about after a troubled slumber. The Black Wagon is prepared for its final voyage to the fall of Solium. No one speaks. Let's go. As you lift into the skies, the lone minstrel raises his voice, cutting through the somber mood. Reader, a certain olden ballad comes to mind just now. I think it may befit the circumstance. Perhaps it may help to pass the time along our flight. Would you mind it very much if I were to play this song for the Nightwings? The lone minstrel wishes to play his ballad by your leave. A song from the lone minstrel may help lift the spirits of your companions at this vital time, or not now. This, your final voyage toward a chance at freedom, is time for quiet contemplation. Nah! Play that little guitar, man! Lute thing. You urge the lone minstrel to play his ballad so that all among you might hear it. He begins without another word. I'm gonna guess. This is gonna give us hope. Yeah, he knows that another cycle is gonna come one day. He knows. He knows the life cycle. God, I will say, Pyre probably has the best music, like overall, of any of the games. You sense Valfred shall gain favor. You sense Bertrude, yeah. You touch down amid the fate. There we go. You touch down amid the fading glory of Mount Aliadel to make pilgrimage to the summit for one last time. There, one last liberation rite shall soon commence. There, one last exile shall regain his or her freedom. All others shall remain to carry out their sentences here in the downside for the remainder of their lives. And in the Commonwealth, the plan of which you are part shall either come to fruition or shall be suppressed. Oh. Fucking... Of course. A visit from my favorite reader. What is the occasion? Scribe's Gate, or Scribe's Trial. Oh, that can be arranged. You need but name for me the one you have in mind. The only one fucking available. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Valfred. That fancy talking sap, you mean? I shall be interested to see if he has learned something since last we sparred like this. Then, let us bring him forth. Soon Valfred appears in heat of the summons. So it is my turn, then, is it? Then, let us see what we can do, my kin. So his thing must be, like, super fucking good. Otherwise, why would it be at the very end of the game? Unless there's a New Game Plus mode. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Sap. You answer to me here. As you will, oh, Sandra the Unseeing. Proper as ever, then. Though, I wonder if you have the wherewithal that you project. Show me, then, what you can do without the benefit of those whom you would lead. And let us see if you and your lovely reader have reached a thorough understanding as of yet. Okay, so this means we're not doing the final rite tonight, because this is going to take a while. Because I'm not great at... Great, and a Jody. Excellent. Oh, shit. Oh, what happened there? Shit. Okay. This is gonna take a while. Yeah. That was definitely something I foresaw there. Holy shit. Nice. Oh, I couldn't get fucking out. Rude. Rude. Okay. Yeah. Saw that happening.
Maragas.
Shit. That's okay. We still have like 80. Catch? Yep. Yep. Shit. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Hey. And there we go. Oh, I can push time a bit. I am grateful for the privilege of your time, good Sandra. Flattery shall never get you anywhere with me, sap. Nonetheless, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. I can push for time a tiny bit. We'll only have one go at this liberation rate, though. I have not seen that Sandra in some time. She has not changed a bit. But it would seem she left something for us, did she? You received a loose bow. Bulvert's brink ability transports him farther than usual. Cool. Yeah, let's do that. We'll upgrade it by 2. Who has the lowest hope? You do. $16, $25, $20, $16. Okay. Let's give Faye the extra hope, actually. After having landed, he joined Bertrude on an expedition to the monument of Ymir Many-Mane for what is likely to be the final time. We beseech ye, ancient gods of the last stage, and we invoke thine aid. We have traveled far to gain this summit many times, and stood steadfast with our compatriots who seek to leave this place. We now offer ye our services, eternally if ye would grant us such a boon as to ensure our triumph in the coming night. Long would we serve ye, O ancient gods, should ye attempt our offer here and now. Or accept, not attempt. Soon she is finished. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Ymir Many-Mane has shown you favor. At dawn you shall begin your last ascent. For now, your vocations may occupy what little time you have to spare. Plus 2 presents. Let's get you going all the way, bud. Let's go. Let us then discuss these matters which you believe should be of benefit. You and Bertrude go over what you know of the celestial landmarks you have been to, and how their properties impact the Nightwings and the Rights. You can tell she knows many of them well by now. Hey, there we go. Fully ranked. Long have we sought to fathom all the darkest secrets hidden by the light of the stars. Now, at last, the stars themselves revoke their station in the night, and we have finally achieved an inkling of this. Let's see. Once per right after saluting adversaries, after Bertrude pounces, the charge-up time between Bertrude can use to Aura Blast is greatly reduced. Bertrude's Aura Blast arcs at a wide angle, banishing adversaries in a larger area. Yeah, let's do reduce. These landmarks strewn about this cursed land, too many or too dry upon the flesh. Alright, let's go. Yep, here we go. Here, in the old masonry of Mount Aliadel, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. The news this time pertains to Jordariel, whom you liberated in the fall of Solium. You learn Jordariel's past transgressions have all been forgiven. She soon was to be reinstated on the blood border, on the presumption that she wanted her old status back. In fact, she was offered an especially prestigious leadership position in the First Vale, an elite blood border platoon shrouded in secrecy other than the famous results of its operations. The Commonwealth's veiled leaders always were surrounded by sentinels in similar garb. For a demon such as she could not be seen in the streets. But she refused the gesture, rather bluntly, the report suggests. Instead, she sought Volfred's agents, as well as several of her former fostered sons and daughters, and so the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. The last part of the messenger's imp's news must have been damaged in transit, though it appears to be in Jordariel's own words. All you can tell is that it says, "Await." You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Your companions are excited to discuss the news.
Do you think she still has her horns, now that she's back up there?
Having someone of Jordariel's will and stature with us on the other side shall pave the way toward a brighter future.
We can envision it. A demon such as she, set loose within the Commonwealth.
Such an inspiration to us all, or to this night she is at least. The news of Jordariel's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Your companions gain plus hope for the next rite. Wish Jordariel luck. Aw, Jody. Recruiting your old kids. You stand before the scribe's gate with your companions. The gate guardian is there as ever, but you sense something different in her. The exiles of the Nightwings. We shall not meet again after the coming rite. Tariq and I, it shall be time we take our rest, I think. Greetings, Celeste. I would tell you that the Nightwings are prepared, though this time I am uncertain anyone amongst us feels thus. We have a duty to uphold, Tariq. And then what, Celeste? And then nothing. Not for the rights or us. Not till the dawn of a new age. Now, Nightwings, step forward. Please state your names and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one, your fellow exiles approach her, now with sureness in their steps.
We are called Big Bertrude.
I fucking thought we were going to do this.
We seek to fulfill the plan, which is 83% still, of Sandalwood, for we are fond of him and his beliefs, and then to go about our business.
Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service. This knight's never-ending quest for honor shan't end here, yet first he has a noble duty to uphold. My name is Wilfred Sandalwood. I long as yet to see an age where freedom is one's birthright, and no longer a good people such as these forced to contend for it.
Oh, my name is Faye, and I am here because the scribes, this is the path that they have shown me, and all of us. I like it when they call to me.
Finally, you step forth once more. You, a war orphan who vowed to help their friends be free again, and who managed to come this far with this group. The gate guardian observes you for a moment, then motions past the archway toward the summit. I glitch. The scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Except for you, Tariq. You stay right there. I thought you said the rites are not yet ended, Tariq. He looks to her, then over to the rest of you. Pardon me, everyone. I shall be there when the stars align. The gate guardian and the lone minstrel remain together as the rest of you depart. Oh, here we go. This one might be called the final part. Depending. You've gained the summit of Mount Aliadel for the 7th time. The final time in which any of you shall have a chance to leave the downside. The Beyonder Crystal seeks you! What? Thank you for visiting on such short notice, reader. I understand you have important matters to attend to. So, let me be blunt. Please, listen for a moment, then. I know this whole affair is coming to an end. All of it. I sense the binds that form the rites becoming weak. Which means, soon you will not need me anymore.
Not that you have needed me at any point, but still, my services will not be of any further use. I would love to tell you that this means I shall be free from my eternal prison. For some of my beyonders, it shall be a release. My accomplices are bound by weaker words than those which have bound me. They shall fade away, I think, and finally rest. I, however, shall remain. She hesitates for a moment. Thus, I have a proposition for you. I do not know where you shall go from here, but... We're going to Hades' bedroom! I ask you take me there, wherever it shall be. By that I mean, take this stone prison of mine and keep it. Do not just leave it, as all your predecessors have, each time their stay among the Nightwings reached an end. Soon, the Beyonder Crystal shall serve no use at all, except to keep me trapped. I am content to remain thus, for I have little choice, but I would prefer to do so in your company. For I do enjoy your company, reader. This may not be much of a compliment, but I assure you that I much prefer your company to an eternity of solitude. I have no wish to see you gain in years, and to eventually decay, whilst I remain unchanging. But I shall rather have more years whilst having contact. Even if those years are to be brief, they shall afford me many more in which I might think back upon our times. Nor do I expect you to accommodate my needs, for I am well aware I have my limits in accommodating yours. That is to say, I wish you to go forth, after this night, and live your life however you see fit, for your own sake. May all this rights business enrich your coming days somehow. And, in considering that life after this night, if you think that there may be a place in it for me, however small, then, once again, I simply ask that you take me along. That way, should you ever wish to visit me again sometime, you could, and I would like to have that as an option more than not. My request here is a selfish one, for there is little I can offer in exchange, other than what little my companionship is worth. Perhaps I could lull you to sleep once in a while. Who knows? You could always try to sell the Beyonder Crystal for a reasonable sum somewhere, or something to that end. There must be someone out there with an interest in this thing. So then, you have heard my sad little proposition. What do you say? Sandra wishes for you to claim the Beyonder Crystal for yourself. Agree, and do it. Why not? Sandra has proved to be a kindred spirit. You would rather not part ways with her. Decline, with all respect. The Beyonder Crystal is not your property, nor is Sandra's penance your responsibility. Hey, let's go be lesbians together. You grasp the Beyonder Crystal and set it into the folds of your clothing. Sandra senses this and makes a sound as though surprised. Thank you, reader. She is at a loss for a moment. Then, let us go, then, from this place. Go and face your last remaining adversaries. May you crush them under your heel and achieve the outcome which you seek. I believe you shall prevail. She disappears into the stone, for now. You took the Beyonder Crystal with you. Keep it with you. Was there any book? No. Okay, I thought there might have been. Hey, guys! I guess you probably heard the big news, huh? Yeah, I'm going out of business here, I guess. Just hasn't been the same, you know, with the stars all fading out and stuff. Anyway, just want to say, you guys are great. And I sure am gonna miss having you guys as customers and all that. But I got some good news, though, too. All my stuff, it's all on sale now, and I will throw a little extra there just for you, okay? So, enjoy. Maybe I'll be seeing you guys around, okay? Henceforth, all Falcon Dawn's goods are 5% off. Great. Cool. Thanks, dude. Oh, shit. I don't have... It's 171. Well, time to start selling shit. What if the Beyonder Crystal just showed up? Like, you could sell it. Big spender! Trophy earned. Spend 1,000 soul in the slug market.
Cool. And let's get you leveled up fully, bud. There you go. Come see us again, guys! Indigenous Imps, Downside Talismans. Indigenous Imps. In the words of Yomir Many-Mane, the Alpha Chief, special mention must be given to the Downside's most prolific native creature, which we call the Imp. With all respects to our comrade, Ha'ub, an imp himself, possessing of extraordinary intellect, most imps are driven by the simplest impulses: to eat, to drink, to procreate, to move, and to survive. These creatures, then, are symbols of this place. They are far more resilient than they seem. Though wild by their nature, they, like all of us, can learn. Ha'ub insists that imps are willing to be put to work. Like other aspects of the Downside, they wish more than to exist, but to exist with purpose. And then we got one more page. Oh. There we go. Downside talismans, in the words of Yomir Many-Mane, the Alpha Chief. Survival often is conflated with the physical. When we think of survival, we assume the need to sustain our bodies or improve our bodies. The strong survive. But, and take it from an Alpha Chief, there are different kinds of strength. The spirit is what drives us. By comparison, the body's impulses are weak. Here, in the Downside, faith is found in limited supply. Trinkets and mere baubles that would barely fetch a price in our homeland here are talismans. Seek talismans that mean something to you. Hold on to one that you hold dear. It shall reward you with reminders of your faith, your power, your potential. Alright, time to go. Commence the final rite. You have gained the summit of Mount Aliadel for the 7th time. Very few stars remain above to light your way as you await the commencement of the final liberation rite. The lone minstrel finds you clutching the Book of Rites, seeking there, perhaps, some bit of wisdom that has eluded you thus far. Reader, we may not have a chance to speak again after this. I may have to go. I wish to say that I am grateful for having made your acquaintance, and I shall remember you with fondness. I wish you well, this night and always. Go forth with glory. Then he looks up, and he extends his hand in friendship. You clasp it. You see Volfred has joined you. All of your companions are there with him, in fact. It is strange for me to say, given the circumstances of our meeting, reader, but it has truly been a pleasure. Onward now. Let us achieve our plan.
Reading one, thou art both wiser and less irritating than most others of thy kind. We have learned something from thee, and we are grateful.
Oh, hi, reader. The others. They said they wanted me to join them and come to talk to you, so here I am. The scribes are watching us.
Master Reader, it has been this night's greatest honor to have served with you. Let this be our most glorious stand yet. You look upon your fellow exiles, your companions with whom you have withstood the Downside, and with whom you shall now conduct this final rite. Begging your pardon, but my time has come. We shall see each other soon. He departs. After this night, the outcome of Volfred's plan, the plan of which you all have been a part, shall be decided, one way or another. For now, all you can do is strive to prevail against your final adversaries, so that one last companion may go free. You rise to join your fellow exiles as the last remaining stars ignite. The final liberation rite of this age shall now commence. Mere distance cannot separate our spirits. Oh! Gonna fucking cry again. You are fucking insane if you think I'm gonna be using any of those. Having come this far, you need but take the final step upon your quest for freedom.
Look, for one last time, upon the fall of Solium, dear reader. Hear me for one last time. For soon, the few remaining stars shall fade away, leaving you stranded there for your remaining days, in that forsaken land where you deserve to be. The rabble that you roused here in the Commonwealth shall be put down. The exiles whom you liberated all shall fall in line. But first, let us get on with this last liberation rite. You face none other than yourselves.
Yep.
Each so unlike the glorious Nightwings of yore.
I'm really nervous for
It is a
this.
shame that one of you shall soon be free. For you deserve each other.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. But before the lone minstrel can concur as per the custom. Not another word. The demon Orlek slowly raises his clawed fingers to his mask. The false Nightwings have arrived at last. Long have I awaited this. My freedom once was stolen from me. Then I was cheated of it, here, upon this mountaintop. You may now attempt to take it from me once more. He stands there for a moment, silent, then. Orlek dons his mask and stands prepared. May these damned rites cease, forever, for the misery which they caused. Okay, so they have a plus 40. Nightwings, we shall not meet again after tonight, for the cycle of the rite is all but ended. Thus, I would have your decision. On whose behalf shall you conduct this final liberation rite? The one whom you anoint, or else the exile Orlek shall be returned. Godspeed, reader. You know what is at stake better than I. I have utmost faith in you to make the best decision and conduct this rite with glory. Nightwings, the stars' remaining light grows dim. Your decision, please. It is time now to choose who, if anyone among you, shall go free this one last time. The rest of you shall remain in the downside to the end of your days. One by one, you meet the gazes of each of your fellow exiles. Faye, Wilfred, Bertrude, Sir Gilman. Your fellow exiles, your companions, your friends. Together you have come this far, but now the downside and the rites conspire to tear your group apart and disrupt your plan. Are you prepared to choose this one last time? Yes, for there is no turning back. The fate of your friends and the Commonwealth may hinge on your decision that you are about to make. No, the pressure is too great. It seems both cruel and unfair to have to make such a decision. Is there no other way? What are you talking about? Hold up. What? With but a glance, you reassure your fellow exiles that you know what to do.
One final opportunity for salvation.
Orlek is the only one who can't go free. Interesting. Oh, that's because he's not full. Gotcha. Lorinel, he was born on the 10th of 8th moon, suggesting he is devoted and faithful. Crime, insubordination. He refused direct order to return to tending casualties on the blood border. Insurrection, the record shows that he harbored sympathies for the enemy and showed no love of country. Exiled 18 years ago, he was repulsed by what he saw on the blood border, which sowed in his heart a yearning for greater peace. He tried to use his influence to negotiate a treaty with the High Wing remnants, but not everyone was swayed. One day, he received direct orders to return to the front. When he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him down. There, in time, he became affiliated with the Nightwings and grew to become one of their finest rites conductors until tragedy stuck and he was left clinging to life at the foot of the sacred mountain. Babe, you're going home.
Faye.
Me? I can finally go home? Not yet, I mean. I know I can't go yet, but if the scribes allow it, maybe soon? This final time? Your choice is cast. As for your other companions, you sense a clarity of thought and purpose in each of them. They stand ready to support Faye as well as you.
Who shall lend her support?
Bertrude.
Bertrude.
Thy will is ours, reading one. Let the remaining stars shed their light upon our ceremony here. Or their last light, not their light. Light and part.
And we'll do Gilman.
Sir Gilman.
Master Reader! This night is overflowing with resolve to see the goodly Fae return to rightful dignity and glory.
If that is all, then.
Those are to be my adversaries, then. And who is it, I wonder, who asserts their will over that group? You sense Orlek searching for you, almost, reaching out to you. You, the shadow of the false Nightwings. They are nothing to me, but you who would relinquish your own liberty for sake of them? Strange. It is fitting, then, that I should have to face one such as you. Then Orlek stands at the ready, signaling for his two allies to do the same. By light of dawn, the cycle of the right shall cease. Let us see if we can finish this ordeal before that time. The sky above begins to shudder. The final liberation rite is about to commence. Tariq! I am prepared, Celeste. Then, let our song this evening shake the stars themselves. Aye, Celeste. Let us make sure of it. I am so fucking scared.
Begin. The final chance at liberation for the age.
Aw, shit. Aw, shit. Oh, fuck. There we go. Okay, first one in. Shit. Shit. Not good, not good, not good. There we go. The sky rains ash. Soon shall your pyre's own mingle with them. Just then the skies above begin to rain down fire, the final throes of the cycle of the rites, and the ending of the age. Great. What?! There we go.
They banished.
Oh shit.
A shameful
Not good.
outcome.
What the fuck's Crystal Spike?
Now then.
Shit.
Positively brutish.
go, go, go. Ah, shit.
My.
There we go.
In the name of Solium.
Oh. So the false Nightwings bear their fangs at last. But that cannot be your finest effort. You think you deserve your freedom more than I? Then fight for it, damn you.
How he has changed, that Warlick. Grown old and bitter in all these many years.
Holy shit.
Pyre sputters.
It's fine.
What happened there?
Oh shit.
From burning flame to
What the
ash.
fuck happened there? He passed it! All of you, you shall rot here, you shall rot, as I have all these many years. You false Nightwings, who would deny me once again my rightful liberty. You who denied that liberty to all the triumvirates you faced and vanquished under the guise of the traditions of those blasted scribes. Come, let us continue with this glorious affair. Oh, fuck. Okay, 20. Orlac stands, breathing heavily. He looks back with the thin lick of flame that is his smoldering pyre, before turning his attention back to your triumvirate. What bullshit are you gonna pull? I sense some bullshit's about to happen. Fuck. Oh, he only got 4. Okay. Oh, come on, come on. Jump! No! Fuck, Gilman. Shit. Oh, come on, come on! No! Come on. Come on, Faye. Come on.
And there it is, at last.
Let's fucking go! Favored to prevail, trophy earned. Prevail in a right against each of the other triumvirates.
Rather convincingly, I must admit.
Woo! That was
Thus
worth.
ends the liberation rite.
That was
And thus,
worth it.
The scribes have
Go,
chosen...
Faye! I knew the scribes would help us see this through.
You look upon Faye for what you expect shall be the last time you see each other. Any moment now, the shivering pool shall engulf her. He's gonna fucking push her off the mountain. Any moment now, she shall return to glory and join with Volford's agents in the Commonwealth to help achieve the plan. Any moment now, the cycle of the right shall end, until at least the dawn of a new age. Any moment now.
And thus, the scribes have chosen.
What's the voice gonna do?
Thus, the scribes have chosen.
What?
And thus, the scribes have chosen.
Am I the new voice?
Nightwings. Reader. What have you done?
Am I the new voice? Oh no, are we too late? Is it too late for me? Each prior time upon the fall of Solium, the Shimmer Pool has opened, following the liberation rite, and taken in whichever exile prevailed. But now, all is still, and the light of the stars above have all but died. You sense a growing fear that it is already too late, that the Shimmer Pool shall not reveal itself again. Orlac approaches, his head bowed. The 8 scribes saved their greatest treachery for last. Then something else catches his notice. Wait. A sun-rushed starlight cascades through the stillness of the summit. The Shimmer Pool has appeared again. Different, somehow, but open. Faye looks upon it, but does not engulf her. Or at least, not yet. It seems I was mistaken, then. The 8 scribes. This is not their greatest treachery. It is their greatest jest. The Shimmer Pool is flung wide open. It seems that all are worthy now of freedom. Orlac strides toward the Shimmer Pool, but... Halt, Orlac. Orlac glances over at the lone minstrel, almost in surprise. The Shimmer Pool had lost most of its strength. You step inside, and you shall surely drown. Of that, I can assure you. He laughs to himself at this. Then, we all have been cheated. No. The Shimmer Pool is revealed, and one of you may still return as planned. But, as for who returns, someone shall have to choose. Ere the last light of the stars is extinguished and the rite cease to be. This is the final trial of the scribes. The final trial of the scribes. Then, our confrontation, the liberation rite, it was all meaningless. No. The victor of the confrontation is to be the one to make the decision among those closest to the scribes. Either they anointed, or they who anointed them. So then, I can go home? Or reader, maybe I could choose that you go home instead? Aye. It shall be either you, the reader, or... It shall be either or. Faye, please, make your decision quickly, lest it shall be forfeit. I do not know for how much longer the light of the stars shall offer you this gift. Oh, it's kind of fitting we chose Faye then. If that's truly as it has to be, well, then, my choice is made. I'm choosing you, reader. I would like you to be free, okay? For everything that you have done for me and all of us. Faye wishes to give up her freedom so that you may regain yours. Faye! Very well. Reader, the choice which Faye made, or rather, the choice which she gave, it is now yours to make instead. This choice, it may keep bouncing back and forth like this? Absurd. It may, until such time as one of you is willing to accept the burden and the outcome of the choice. That is the trial, and I fear that there is little time remaining now. Reader, if you and your companion are too cordial with each other to accept that freedom, either of you, then I shall gladly take it. Freedom ought to be more than some flirtatious trifle to exchange. Reader, what is your will? Who shall finally go free? Choose yourself. This is your chance, and Faye wished that you should take it. Choose Faye. Your intention this night was for her to return to glory, and it shall be done. Choose Orlac. He earned his rightful freedom long ago. He deserves his justice. Fuck. we're gonna go with Faye's choice. Your mind is made up. You have chosen to be free yourself. I see and understand. Then, it is done. Faye looks to you, this one last time, her heart filled with unspoken understanding. You turn then to the lone minstrel for an instant, but another instant later. He is gone, he and everyone. All you feel is the coolness of the rush of water coursing all around you. Faye gave her freedom so that you may yet have yours. You are set to return to the Commonwealth and leave the downside forever. May you return in glory.
Godspeed, Rita.
Oh, there I go.
By the scribes.
The fuck am I? Oh, I'm a star.
No stars remain aloft. The cycle of the rites. It is finished. The Commonwealth. What shall become of it? What shall become of us?
I don't know, we'll see.
Nightwings. The opportunity to gain your freedom from the downside. Was it not enough?
So this has to be like one of like a possible number amount of endings, right? That night, an exiled raider returned to the Commonwealth. They were to be the last. The stars had faded, and the cycle of the rites has run its course. They found the Commonwealth in a state of unrest. Spurred by the efforts of 5 liberated exiles, Bulford Sandalwood's revolutionary plan had incited the masses. These exiles, in the starless sky, portended the return of the scribes. The rulers of the Commonwealth pushed back. Fighting broke out in the streets, in spite of Sandalwood's intentions. It was then that the winged High-Wing remnants chose to strike. Allegations that the High-Wing remnants were in league with Sandalwood were never proven. However, there was no denying the result of the two-pronged attack. After enduring for almost a millennium, the Commonwealth had fallen. The new Saharian Union declared its sovereignty in the next year. Among the changes its elected leaders ushered in, they vowed never to cast their people into exile, and they abolished the old Commonwealth decree forbidding literacy. Today, we still remember all of this. And we remember the exiles of the downside, whose deeds led to the dawning of our age, whether they returned or not. Oh, true freedom! Trophy earned. Complete your quest for freedom. Okay, so I'm guessing they'll each tell you what happened. The imp called Tizo was the first of his kind to achieve liberty through the rites. While he was not the only imp trained in the ways of the scribes, imps are native to the downside, and thus care not for traveling abroad. This made them useful to triumvirates. Yet Tizo had a different calling, and the Nightwings believed that he too could play a key part in Bulford Sandalwood's plan. Bulford's ambitious plan to spark a revolution. Okay, it didn't say anything. During the night of the scribes' return, inspired by the liberated exiles, the people of the Commonwealth demanded new leadership. Cast yourselves down, chant from the scribes' return. He stood out to the populace as something of a miracle. They had only heard of downside imps before, from legends of the Swallow. Afterwards, he became something of an icon, representing both the fall of the Commonwealth and the beginning of a new era. Bulford Sandalwood would sometimes send him little gifts all the way from the downside. Despite the insurmountable distance between them, their friendship proved more than resilient. He often chirped about the reader of the Nightwings, with whom he built quite a rapport. The reader understood him perhaps better than anyone. And Tizo would often express wistful gratitude for all his time conducting the rites along the Nightwings, who made such sacrifices for him. Other than that, Tizo was diligent about his role as something of a living artifact, and helped interpret for the messenger imps that relayed news to and from the downside. Despite having gained significant celebrity, he never let it go to his head. Although he did take full advantage of his access to the Saharian Union's fishing industry, our nation formed in 839 AS after the fall of the Commonwealth. One day, we all may stand shoulder to shoulder with a common cause, Bulford Sandalwood. After his liberation, Hedwyn was instrumental in the events leading to the fall of the Commonwealth and was vital to the outcome of the plan.
He was the one who led the raid on the stronghold where Archjustice Androbles IX was holed up when the fighting grew fierce. With him, then, and thereafter, was one of the winged harps of the High Wing Remnants, later identified as Pikani Shang! Yes! 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 Their bond was vital to the peace that followed. In all his days as a leader in the Saharian Union, Hedwyn oft confided in his friend Jodariel. Despite her intense manner, there was no one whom he trusted more in times when circumspection was required. Hedwyn would often think back about the vow he made at the beginning of his quest for freedom. Although he cherished all the friendships he made, he had pledged to Jodariel, Rookie Greentail, and the Raider of the Nightwings that they might all be free again together. His promise had come to pass, though he always knew that this was not his own doing. He was always deeply grateful to the other three, his closest friends. While the others who stood with the Nightwings were not all able to remain in contact thus, Hedwyn thought of each of them often, and so, in turn, did they oft think of him. After the cycle of the right ceased turning, records of what happened to the Black Wagon of the Nightwings became inconclusive and contradictory. Some accounts suggested that the exiles of the Nightwings, who remained in the downside, continued to make use of the Black Wagon as their place of shelter and their means of travel. However, there is no record of what happened to the wagon's contents, such as the Book of the Rites or the Beyonder Crystal, said to be haunted by the apparition Sandra the Unseeing. One possibility is that, when the lone minstrel took his leave, he took the Beyonder Crystal with him, for he was thus obliged. By this line of reasoning, however, the Black Wagon itself should have been taken also. Others remain skeptical that the Beyonder Crystal ever existed, or, rather, that the visions that it granted were anything other than the result of an active imagination or a fever dream. The bog dwellers of the southern bogs offer still another explanation, for they are familiar with binding enchantments. If there existed such an object, in which the Sisters of the Anarch had been expelled for more than 800 years, then the enchantment could have expired along with the light of the stars. That this would have meant for Sandra and the Beyonders is difficult to say for certain, other than it might have meant that they were finally released. Nevertheless, the fates of Sandra and the Beyonder Crystal remain unknown. Yet those of the exiles of the Nightwings who claimed to have seen this apparition all spoke of her with degrees of reverence, or perhaps a little fear. Hey, I took her! Can you believe this, reader? Honestly. Sandra has appeared before you, as well you can see. They are so far from the mark with all this nonsense, I am wont to laugh. In fact, here goes. She laughs. She is referring to the account of her. You sense she does not care for it. Well, let them gossip all they like. I merely wish that they would mention you at least in passing, when next they are at it. Though, they shall never know even the half of it, shall they? Sandra seems irritated by the incomplete account of what happened to her. Reassure her the account was relatively flattering, despite a lack of detail. It could have been worse. Humor her. Perhaps making some light of the situation will make Sandra feel better. Remain silent. Sometimes, Sandra just needs a little time to vent. She values that you listen. We'll humor her. You indicate to Sandra that the real truth of what happened between you would, perhaps, make too lavacious a tale to be told in such a format. Oh my god. She makes a bemused sound at this. Perhaps that story ought to get out then. To think that they would go to all the trouble to make illiteracy accepted once again, only to print such drivel. Anyway, let us keep going, lovely reader. We know the truth of it. That is what matters. She fades into the Beyonder Crystal, for now, and you tuck it away, safe. The Worm Knight Sir Gilman had elected to go into exile as penance for his failure to uphold his military obligations to the Commonwealth. To him, earning back his freedom was tantamount to erasing the shame of his past. His honor was at stake, more so than anything. Yet, when it became clear to him that he would not go free again through the rites, he readily accepted the outcome, for he knew, by then, that much more was on the line. He regretted not having had a chance to contribute directly to the events that transpired in the Commonwealth, though he was pleased to hear the outcome. The conclusion of the rites and the fall of the Commonwealth made clear to him that his day as a knight had ended. He declared to all those in earshot that he would never fight again. Unless, of course, there arose some other extraordinary set of circumstances, again requiring him to fight, but he certainly hoped not. He still trained regularly, though never found as skilled and motivating of a partner as his fleet-footed friend Rookie Greentail, whom he remembered fondly. From time to time, he would seek guidance from one of his former comrades, Big Bertrude, much his elder, and a wellspring of perspective on his life's decision. He wasted no time dwelling on his days under the leadership of Sir Deluge, his former commander. The other Worm Knights stayed well clear of him. Gilman never did return to his homeland of the Sea Dominion, and was content to lead a monastic life on a small residence in the hills. It was just high up enough to make him keep striving to conquer his fear of heights. Other than that, an intense daily training regimen and the occasional visit from an old companion was more than enough to keep him optimistic and engaged. He knew by then that honor was not something to be won, but a contract with oneself to be renewed each day. I'm sorry, Faye, I'm sorry! Long after the rites had ended, Faye admitted that she knew well before the fact that she would not be going home again. At least, she had a very strong feeling. She ended up not minding very much, because she had little to return to in the Commonwealth. Her sense of home had changed. She took to wandering from one celestial landmark to the next, ever paying homage to the 8 scribes, who she believed had influenced all that transpired. She was no stranger to traveling alone, but was always happy to have company. No one went with her? Oh, if Tizo had stayed on the downside, he would have went with her! No! Through it all, she would wonder how her little friend Tizo had fared. Well, they were divided now by a great distance. He always remained in her heart. Though they could not see each other any longer, Faye often thought about Jordariel and spoke to her as though she was there. Faye never tried to make a decision without first consulting her idea of what Miss Jordariel might say. One day she encountered one of her oh please, have them go together. One day she encountered one of her former adversaries, one called Almer Oldheart, who had served the Fate. She remembered him much more than he did her, though only just at first. Their shared experience in the rites, and their different points of view about the scribes, formed the basis of what grew to be a long-lasting relationship. Yes! Faye always was devoted to her faith, but more so to her friends. Her gentle manner and unwavering conviction often helped them brave life in the downside, both with courage and with grace. After Rookie Greentail earned back his freedom, he returned to a lavish welcome ceremony in the Commonwealth, as was the tendency for liberated exiles. It was everything he could have hoped for, and soon he was well off, surrounded by luxury, and choosing between various exciting opportunities. However, he must have given in to his better judgment, as he did end up siding with Fulford Sandalwood's revolutionary forces, as he promised. On the night of the scribe's return, Greentail kept busy barking orders to Fulford's agents as the situation grew tenser. He took rather well to leadership. When dawn finally came and it became clear that the Commonwealth that everybody knew would be no more, he realized many new opportunities awaited. He began quite a lucrative career for himself, manufacturing and selling replica merchandise inspired by the downside. His main struggle was to meet demand. An aspect of his conscience cautioned him against making light of such a thing, but the money was too good, and soon his family was well off, as he always said. One of his orders of business was to seek out one of his old companions, Pamitha Thayan, to whom he took a liking during their quest for freedom. They bonded further over love of drink and supported one another through uncertain times that lay in store. Greentail always did his best to keep in touch with all his many friends and knew that he owed his fortunes to them. He made a special point of staying close with the group of friends he came to know so well during his time with the Nightwings, wherever they were. They shared a special understanding that put even Greentail at a loss for words sometimes. Aw, Jody. After her liberation, Jordariel soon became an icon to the movement that led to the collapse of the Commonwealth and the rise of the Sarian Union. Her military prowess and experience led to key victories and clashes against Commonwealth loyalists. Each time she was able to subdue the opposition, avoiding lethal force. In the uncertain times that followed, Jordariel's seasoned expertise often came into play both in matters of security and of state. For instance, she conscripted and trained a team of volunteers in public safety. The community did not know what to make of such a cordial bunch at first, but soon came to value their service. They have stood for the people ever since, and we celebrate their founding day each year. She remained close with Hedwyn all through this experience, and they supported each other through their struggles many, many times. She often had to stop herself from fearing for Faye, whom she had tried to look after as much as possible on the downside. Soon she would reassure herself that Faye was very capable of surviving on her own, and in fact, she was not mistaken. She never settled down with anyone, although from time to time she thought about Ignarius despite herself. She continued training on her own, a regimen that grew stricter with each passing year. There were those who sought to train with her, and she sometimes obliged. There remained one other constant in her life. She would always remember her days among the Nightwings, and with fondness for the most part. I should have let Faye come. After regaining her freedom, Pamitha Thayan found herself in a difficult position. Having once betrayed her people of the High Wing remnants, she knew that she would not be welcome in her native home. She did not trust the Commonwealth either. Instead, she found her place among Bulford Sandalwood's agents who were busy doing their part to fulfill the plan. The plan took certain unexpected turns, but in the end resulted in the outcome Sandalwood had envisioned. It was fortunate that the High Wing remnants arrived when they did on the night of Scribe's return. However, Pamitha denied any involvement with or foreknowledge of this. Afterward, Pamitha played an active part in negotiating terms between the High Wing remnants and the new nation that would become our Sarian Union. Her previous attempt at something of the sort led to her exile. She must have felt some satisfaction to succeed this time around. Sometime later, Pamitha had an unexpected run-in with Rookie Greentail, with whom she had spent a fair amount of time while traveling with the Nightwings. Under these new set of circumstances, it turned out the two had more to talk about, and rather more in common. They would often put to test which one was able to outdrink the other. It is unclear as to which one of them prevailed in that contest in the end. One day, Pamitha received an invitation to return to the High Wing remnants, where she was to be fully pardoned. She held out hope that she might see her blood sister, Tamitha, there, knowing full well that Tamitha did not regain her freedom. Tamitha did later learn that Pamitha was welcomed back by their people. However, she never responded to her blood sister's attempts to contact her. Pamitha, in turn, did not expect forgiveness from her at any point. Nonetheless, she kept on trying to reach out, she said, to, quote, ruffle up her feathers just a bit, end quote. Later, when asked, Pamitha Thayan admitted she felt as though she had no home to call her own. This was during an interview conducted amid an extensive trip abroad, for she had traveled thousands of leagues beyond the bounds of the Sarian Union. Pamitha continued to journey thus, citing that it reminded her of when she was younger and could fly unfettered. Several exiles of the Nightwings cared more for the plan of Sandalwood than to return home from the downside. The crone called Big Bertrude was a prime example. She had found a suitable environment to live within the dismal region known as Flaking Hands. There she had built up a thriving place of business known to many exiles in the land. With the rites having ended, she returned to her preoccupations, working away almost as though nothing had happened. When she gets to be more than 400 years of age, perhaps then even monumental events such as the culmination of the rites or the collapse of the Commonwealth are seen as trifling matters. Much of her effort was doubtless due to the influence of Sandalwood, someone whom she had admired now for decades. He had made clear that he could not requite her feelings for him, but what could have been a hurtful dismal led only to a deeper understanding between them. By and large, Bertrude kept focused on her work. Whether casting small enchantments or imbuing talismans, the work brought her a sense of purpose, she would say. In the Commonwealth, such services were strictly forbidden, but in the downside, there was a real need for simple luxuries, such as the competing slug market could not always provide, or which. Thus did Big Bertrude continue to live up to her name, and the tales of her days within the Nightwings made her that much more the living legend. Hello, Vulfrid. When the cycle of the rites ceased turning, Vulfrid Sandalwood turned toward the starless sky and closed his eyes and prayed. It was all that he could do at that stage of his plan. He aspired to assemble with liberated exiles representing each of the 8 largest ethnic groups composing the population of the Commonwealth. They would stand together as a vision of the 8 scribes returned, inspiring the masses to embrace an older set of values from before the Commonwealth had tightened its grip. With the rites ending sooner than expected, this ideal scenario became impossible. Sandalwood's own freedom, for instance, was now forfeit, yet the plan did have contingencies. Word reached out that, on the night of the scribe's return, several of his fellow liberated Nightwings stood together, and their voices echoed through the streets. It was vital to Sandalwood that this stand against the Commonwealth be peaceful in its nature, but this proved to be untenable, especially after the High Wing remnants appeared. There was speculation that their well-timed assault may not have happened by coincidence, though Sandalwood denied any involvement and regretted the bloodshed. Nevertheless, the main thrust of the plan had been achieved. Sandalwood kept busy after that, as much as possible, providing counsel from afar to those who would be at the forefront of the birth of the Sarian Union. Of course, being stranded in the downside meant that there was only so much he could do. Resting assured that the future of the nation was in capable hands, he turned his attention to the remaining exiles of the downside. They might never return to that new nation, but at least they could experience its triumphs and struggles in some vicarious ways. So he took to his old work, writing and printing. As literacy began to spread again throughout the Sarian Union, so, too, did exiles of the downside take to it. For his part, Sandalwood helped to teach as many as he could. More than that, he provided the material to read, a semi-annual report about the latest events both in the Sarian Union and the downside. This periodical gave many exiles something to look forward to. He enjoyed exchanging letters with the reader of the Nightwings, who kept him well abreast of how their other comrades and the fledgling nation fared. As Walfred Sandalwood gained more fame throughout this land for all his sacrifices and his contributions, it is said that he remained steadfast about two things. The first was that the cause itself ought to remain in focus, the freedom that the people had achieved. It was a gift to be cherished, a set of values that needed to be nurtured. The second point he made was that he himself had little to do with the outcome. He would often praise the exiles of the Nightwings who had stood with him, each in turn, by name. He never forgot any of them. One day, to commemorate his birthday, the people of the Sarian Union unveiled a monument depicting him and the Nightwings as imagined in their prime. While Sandalwood did not learn of it until much later, it is said that he was moved to tears then by the gesture. It has since ensured that those of us with memories more valuable than that of Sandalwood likewise remember the achievements of his fellow former exiles and our cause. Hey! With the rights drawn to a close, the slug market's revenues fell precipitously, and Falcon Ron was forced to liquidate his assets and close up shop. Yet, as it's sometimes the case with those of an entrepreneurial leaning, this time of hardship led to an epiphany, or at least a sudden change of fortune. One day, Falcon Ron had a run-in with a messenger imp bearing news from the other side. Ron gave it to one of his remaining trinkets, which could not be sold. The following week, the messenger imp returned to him bearing a tidy sum of wealth in newly minted coinage from the Sarian Union. Falcon Ron cut a long-term deal with the messenger imp then and there. Though his trade remained a gray area from a legal standpoint in the Sarian Union, the newfound fame of the downside caused Falcon Ron's goods to explode in popularity. He later signed an elaborate agreement with Big Bertrude's and found a distribution partner on the other side through Rookie Greentail, whose own business had expanded. Especially in the Sarian Union, Falcon Ron's goods are still known for their superior quality, though he assumes no liability for any side effects. Alright, As the cycle of the rights drew to a close, it grew evident that a chance at freedom from the downside had forever slipped from Dalbert and Almer Oldhart's grasp. Thus, they and the exiles of the Fate returned to Ymir Valley. There, they struggled to get by, as exiles in the downside tend to do. Sometime after the rites had ended, the Old Hearts at last heard the news that the Commonwealth had fallen. This was well after the fact, of course, but it brought the old Dalbert great joy. Despite his forthright manner, he had no love for the nation that cast him down, along with his son. Dalbert Oldheart passed peacefully in his sleep before the next new moon. In his final days, he implored his son to undertake a pilgrimage to the scribes. Almer never shared his father's view of the scribes, but respected Dalbert's wishes, and so after a period of mourning, Almer began a new journey. One day during his travels, he ran almost headlong into another exile after paying homage at the spring of Ymir. He was stunned to find that this was none other than the one he knew as Faye from their days as adversaries in the rites. Faye was overjoyed to see him, though Almer was unable to bring himself to understand why. Eventually, of course, he did, and they remained together, growing ever more accustomed to their new lives in the downside. Not a day went by that Almer Oldheart did not think about his father, and give thanks to him, and speak to him, at morning and at night. Would that the stars yet shone, for surely Dalbert's would be there among them, smiling down at his son, and watching over him and his kin. Oh, so they got together. After the final liberation rite, Lendl refused to believe that the rites had truly ended. He would sit through night after consecutive night, staring into the blackness of the sky, awaiting any kind of sign that he might gain another chance at freedom. No such sign ever came. His fellow accursers started to express concern for him. Survival had become their top priority once liberty had slipped from their grasp. But Lendl dismissed them as weak fools. He insisted, rather forcefully, that any evening now, the stars would shine for him again, and mark the way toward his inevitable freedom. He was, of course, mistaken. The others in his triumvirate were left with little choice but to abandon him. After that, the exile known as Lendl the Liar was never seen again. However, there has since been sightings of a bedraggled demon who wanders the downside of bears Lendl's cruel countenance, suggesting he yet lives. Oh yeah, all the nomads would be demons now. After her liberation, Witch Umeldha fled to her native home in the southern bogs, rejecting all festivities and honor she could have received. She was never seen again during the events that transpired in and around the Commonwealth. Some of those with knowledge of the rites and the legends of the downside suggested she willingly cast herself back into exile to be closer to Yislach. Other rumors suggested that her obsession with pyromancy and the dark arts ultimately consumed her. If she lives, for her kind are able to live for many centuries, there is no telling where. Her repeated threats of return of Yislach were thoroughly investigated, and no credence was found to any of her claims. All his life, Sir Deluge had fled from one danger only to find himself facing another. He had escaped the war-torn waters of the Sea Dominion, he had escaped the blood border of the Commonwealth, and now he had escaped the rites. After the rites had ended, many exiles wrapped up in the ancient tests were crestfallen, as their last chances to return to their homes vanished, along with the stars above. But Deluge did not mind, for this outcome meant that, at last, there was no burden of responsibility weighing down on him. Having heard that Sir Gilman had also remained behind, Deluge made a point to avoid him at all costs. Nonetheless, they ran into each other, once riding a cold current in the Sea of Solace. The meeting was terse and cordial. Deluge ended up apologizing profusely for mistreating his fellow Worm Knight, and that was the end of it. While most of his fellow exiles of the Pyre hearts yet longed for the waters of the Sea Dominion, driven as ever by their impulses toward conflict, Deluge settled down. With him remained one of his companions, one Lady Seagrass. She is a Worm Knight duty-bound serving Sir Deluge in the Power Hearts, who had taken a liking to him for some reason. Reportedly, they've disappeared into the waters of Wormgall, which may begin to explain the significant increase in worm population observed in the vicinity. Aww. Barker Ashpaw had never had much interest in returning to the Commonwealth, for he always found its bylaws to be stifling. So, when the rites ended, he did not care at first. He soon grew very bored. The rites had given his life a certain sense of structure he had always needed. He missed the raw anticipation of it all. He decided to continue conducting the rites for the thrill of it. He bent some of the rules and replaced some of the objects if it was close enough. His packmates, the Distance, proved more than happy to participate, and thus they ran against each other back in Ymir Valley. Gradually, other exiles familiar with the rites, as well as those who had not heard of it at all, started to take an interest. They ended up giving Barker Ashpaw some healthy competition. His old feud with Rookie Greentail ceased meaning anything to him, and he forgot all about it amid his new pursuits. Ultimately, even Barker Ashpaw, who had led such a directionless existence to that point, found something of a calling through the rites. Whether he took the rites less seriously than any other exile of his time, or more, was oft debated by those who watched him work. Throughout her exile, Tamitha Thayan was motivated by a single goal, to return to the Commonwealth and exact revenge on her ancient enemies. When she realized the rites had ended, and that she would never see her mountain home again, she nonetheless remained determined to aid her people however possible. She had gathered certain information pertaining to the intentions of the Nightwings, who had formed a pact to regroup on the other side after their liberation. Oh, so she's the one. Other such reports exposed certain weaknesses in the Commonwealth's defenses and revealed to the Highwing remnants the opportunity for a risky but potentially impactful strike. Though Tamitha could not participate in the assault, she nonetheless contributed to its success. She later learned her sisters of the Highwing remnants called out her name as a battle cry as they swooped down upon their enemies. Soon after the fall of the Commonwealth, Tamitha learned her blood sister, Pamitha, was an accessory to the successful outcome. Tamitha was very skeptical of this, but as similar reports kept mounting, she soon accepted the prevailing opinion, however grudgingly. Once, a messenger imp arrived bearing some sort of message, seemingly from Pamitha. However, Tamitha turned it away. She could not give in to an impulse to forgive. Knowing that the conflict on the other side had ended, Tamitha retreated to the crags of Black Basin and grew ever more distant. Those closest to her surmised that her inability to reconcile with her blood sister was at the heart of this, though, for her part, Tamitha never once admitted to any such weakness. When Manly Tinderstaff realized the rites had ended, and that he no longer could return to the Commonwealth through this ancient means, he was outraged. He cursed the scribes, spewing forth such a slew of blasphemy as to be very unbecoming of one of his high status and bearing. When at last he calmed himself, he focused all his energies on attempting to find another means of homecoming. He maintained regular contact with his wealthy family on the other side via messenger imp, and used their vast resources to explore other means of escape. He tried using an elaborate pulley system, he attempted to retrofit a flying black wagon with superior propulsion, he tried an imp raft, a hot air balloon, even prayer. Nothing worked. There was only one way to escape the downside, and now it was gone. Tinderstaff bankrupted his family in these vain attempts,
At last, such was his shame that he retreated to the teeming woods of Black Basin, to Cinderroot. There he yet wallows, complaining to his comrades of the chastity who still put up with him, either about his own misfortune or the latest news from the other side. Once it became clear to Ignarius that the rites were drawing to a close, he knew that it was time for him and the Tempest to call it quits. But first, he and the Tempest decided to celebrate, and that they did, for many, many nights. The rivalry did eventually subside. The exiles parted amicably and went their separate ways. He roamed the downside, then, searching for some meaning in his life, sometimes taking odd jobs requiring his brute strength. He never remained alone for very long, and took on many lovers in his time. However, he sometimes thought about the one he had called Curly Horns, and what became of her. Though his glory days as the most powerful conductor of the rites had long since passed, he always enjoyed the fearsome reputation he had cultivated at that time. Hello, Orlak. After the Shimmer Pool closed for what would be the last time, Orlak looked around him in the flickering light of the Nightwing's still-burning pyre. He then turned to the fall of Solium and looked up toward the black, starless sky. He cursed the 8 scribes, then, one after the other. After that, he strode forward toward the waters coursing from the side of Mount Aliadel, and without hesitating, he cast himself down. Orlak's body was never recovered. The drop from Mount Aliadel does not appear survivable, though Orlak did survive it once. That time, however, he was filled with fury. Such was the betrayal he had suffered when his fellow exile claimed his rightful freedom. This time, Orlak was filled with nothingness, and chose to leave the downside in the one way he still knew he could. The other Nightwings, who were witness to this, never forgot what they saw. Fuck, that's dark. So it turns out Volfred was an okay guy after all. What the fuck? After the cycle of the rites ceased turning, the lone minstrel bade the remaining Nightwings take the Black Wagon and seek their fortunes elsewhere in the downside. Their parting was heartfelt but brief. He remained there, at the summit of Mount Aliadel, with Celeste, where the two of them would chronicle the final outcome of the cycle. Neither Tariq nor Celeste were ever seen again. We know all this now through song attributed to them. Some claim these songs originated in the taverns of the Sarian Union and merely were imbued with weight of folklore. However, exiles liberated from the downside corroborated each other's claims at having met this duo that presided over the liberation rites. Another folktale suggests these minstrels were heralds of the scribes. Having fulfilled their obligations, they departed the world we know and rejoined their patrons. One of their famous songs describes another, simpler outcome, that the two gave up their duties to the rites in favor of the life they could share together. In any case, they are likely to remain the subject of such verses and such songs, for it was they who watched over the rites and ushered in our times. There is one more account which warrants mention. The Nightwings conducted the rites under the guidance of a reader. Little is known of them. However, some accounts of them begin to paint a picture. We know they were of common birth, raised parentless, a product of the foul work on the blood border. The journey of the downside left them close to death. It was then that the Nightwings found them. They brought them from the brink. They showed them the path. They pressed onward with the others. They had made a vow to help their friends be free. Thus did the cycle of the rites commence its final turns. When the final rite arrived, the reader's freedom was at stake. The freedom they, indeed, achieved ere the morning's light. From that point on, accounts of them diverge. It is said the voice, which troubled them, they never heard again. Some say they opted to retreat from public life. Though, whether that is true, only they know. Yeah, because we did say we would fuck off. We would go elsewhere. I forgot about that. Someday perhaps the reader's own star shall emerge. Then it shall pierce the dark of night in all its brilliant glory. Until such time, and ever after, all of us give thanks. And that's it! That's Pyre! Aw, what a good game. What a good game. I understand why people did not like this game, or why this game wasn't as popular. I think this game shows the storytelling, the in-depth storytelling that Supergiant can do. I also think musically, it is one of their best. Like, Transistor will always hold a special place in my heart. Hades has such a fun soundtrack. But Pyre overall, like,
its music is so integral in its story. It's quite good. Oh, there's Hedwyn and Jody. And there'll probably be Ruki and everyone else. I'm curious as to what voice Logan did. Because I think he's been in every single Supergiant game. This is the only one I don't know. I can't remember his last... Oh! Oh, if Faye joined them. Or, like, this could have been in the Black Wagon, too. Oh. Oh, they say each of the... voice, or the voiceover was Logan. So the voice was Logan Cunningham. Ah. Cool. Okay, so this song tells of if each one of them gets out. Or at least the main three. Vocals Ashley Barrett and Darren Korb. Yeah, Ashley Barrett, she does all the female singing, so that makes sense. Yep.
The moon-touched girl feels the scribes in the heart of the downside. She remained to the end.
Oh, the song may change. Holy shit. I bet you the song changes depending on your choices. Holy shit. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so either it would say, like, they went home or they remained till the end. Gotcha. Oh, there's Edwin in the background. Okay, so it's either found their way home or stayed till the end. Cool. Cool. Interesting. Fucking... Yeah, the voice and Lendl. Oh! And Dalbert. Okay, so Logan voiced a bunch. Kristen Wilson Cotton. Or Wilson Cotton. I'll have to look up what else she's done. Oh, she was the Gate Guardian. Cool. Wait, who were you in Transistor? Oh, she was Red and Sybil in Transistor. Cool. So we'll hear the voice of Jordariel again. Interesting. Interesting. I did not know she was the voice of Sybil. Cool. Cool, cool. Supergiant would like to thank our families and friends whose support was essential to making this game. Yeah, this was such an ambitious game. This is also the only game I'm aware that has multiple different endings. Because I know each ending can have something slightly different happen to each character. Aww.
shall find our way home. We shall find our way home.
What a good game. Although I'm not surprised, Supergiant always fucking knocks out the park with whatever they want to do. Uh-oh. What's this? Hello? What is this? Oh, is that me? Is that me chilling out on a balcony? In my library? Oh, I am hungry. It's like an hour after I usually eat. But there we go. That's Pyre for you. Good game. The end. Good game. I understand why 2017, was when this one was released. I understand why people... True Nightwing campaign mode unlocked. What the fuck does that mean? Excuse me? Excuse me? Is that the new game plus? It's True Nightwing. Wait, okay, if we go new profile, new campaign, True Nightwing. For players who have finished the campaign, your adversary shall be favored by the stars themselves. Base difficulty same as Titan, all Titan stars unlocked, and some must be used. Enlightenment required to rank up rescaled, cannot load checkpoints or restart rights. Book of Rights and White Loot finally unlocked. What the fuck does that mean? Flood Market inventory fully unlocked. Feats of glory introduced much sooner. No, once chosen, the setting cannot be changed. May you find the freedom that you seek. Okay, so I'm going to look up Pyre True Nightwings. True Nightwings mode. Okay, this was not... True Nightwings is a nightmare, someone from the Steam community said. Okay, so... let's see. Oh, okay, so... the White Loot, I'm guessing, is, just music that you can do. Cool. Yeah, Book of Rights and White Loot fully unlocked, which I don't know what that means. Reminiscent of an Iron Man mode in other games, the new way to play really amps up. Okay. Alright, so this seems like this is their new game plus, so maybe some new things would happen. Maybe not. But anyways, that is going to be it for us for Pyre. Also, I just realized this is book burning. That makes sense. We might try versus mode one day. Maybe we'll do that on a Friday for a chill stream. Maybe not. I don't know. Since this stream has gone on way too long, I am going to be resting my voice. Which means either tomorrow we'll not be streaming or we'll do a Hades stream. Just so that way I can rest up a little bit. And then we will be going into my favorite game of all time, Transistor. Transistor was the second game that Supergiant made. It is the 10th anniversary of Transistor, which is reason number one why I'm running it. And reason number 2, and the most important reason, is Honey has requested that I run it. She has not seen the game before, and I was like, would you like me to run it? It's my favorite game. I've been telling her pretty much since we met. I'm like, you need to play this game. It's my favorite game of all time. In order to like get me, you need to play this game. And she doesn't have the time right now. And so I'm like, I can run it for you. So with that, we will not be doing recursion, which for those of you who did watch my original Transistor run, recursion is essentially New Game Plus mode. We might go sure enough into that to show the 2 kind of really cool changes that they make in recursion mode, as well as we won't be fulfilling all of the sandbox then. For those of you who've never seen Transistor, the sandbox is like a little challenge area where you can do little challenges. We'll do some of them, but we won't do all of them. Also for that, you will hear no of achievements unlocking or trophies unlocking, because I have 100% of that game. That game is super easy to 100%. You can do it in a roughly about probably 20 hours. Essentially, if you complete all the sandbox stuff and you run the game twice, you did it. You 100% the game. It's super easy to do. I highly recommend if you're achievement hunting or trophy hunting to do that. But with that being said, maybe in the future we'll run Pyre again, or you can look up the different endings. I know for Jordariel specifically, if she remains in the downside and the Ignis also either remains in the downside or they both escape, they end up together. But I think if Jordariel remains in the downside, she just goes wandering about. I'm not 100% fully sure though, but this game does have multiple endings and multiple characters. None of the Nightwings cannot fully go free, which means you will always have at least 2, because you'll always have at least 3, sorry, because there's only 7 liberation rights, and there's 9 of your fellow exiles to choose from. And then fun fact, there's apparently you, too. So 3 of you are always, at least 3 of you are always going to be staying in the downside. But I'm happy in the end that Faye got to have a friend. That makes me really happy. I felt really bad about that. But anyways, that's it. That's it for Pyre. Thank you so much for watching. I love you as always. I'm gonna go eat some dinner now.